Hello and welcome to NouStoryTime. This story is going to be about a childhood apartment that I grew up in Fresno, California. Growing up, I always felt different and distant from my family. I was quiet and often liked to be left alone. At the age of 5, I remember living in a rundown apartment complex with my family of 8. My mother worked at 2 jobs at the time, and my father was our main caregiver. The apartment we lived in were 2-story and very cramped together. We lived upstairs while my cousin lived downstairs just right below us. The location of the apartment is right across the Fresno fairground. During that time, the children at our complex usually stay out pretty late, playing until 9 to 10 p.m. at night. Everyone that lived here were mostly Hmong and practiced shamanism. Every time the new year comes, the elder from our complex will make an animal sacrifice for better health and protection to our community. This ritual involves killing a chicken, then hanging it by the neck and nailing it to a wooden fence at the end of the neighborhood garden. The garden is located on the side of the apartment and has an extremely narrow but long hallway. There is a dirt path that only allows one person to walk in and out of the garden. The children usually dare each other to run down to the end of the path and touch the dead chicken, then run back. This is a common game that we usually play when we were younger. When it came to my turn, I took a couple steps forward but instantly stopped. I felt an airy aura around me, almost like something is watching me. I look forward at the dead chicken that has now blackened from drying out in the sun. Something just didn't feel right. Out of nowhere, I hear a thump. The chicken has suddenly fell to the ground. At this moment, I realized that I couldn't move. I held my breath as I felt like something was rushing towards me. I could hear the children begin laughing and yelling. I knew she couldn't do it. My little sister, who happens to be behind me, touched my shoulder and asked if I was okay. This instantly broke me out of my trance. I looked around to see if anyone noticed, but no one did, which was really odd. The children began teasing me, which caused me to be upset and embarrassed, so I ran back to my apartment. Once I got home, I ran straight into my room and cried into a pillow. Eventually, I cried myself to sleep. As I slept, I dream about the same scenario, but in third-person view. I can see the other children teasing me. I can also see myself beginning to take a couple of steps forward, and then stopping. Frustrated, I ran up to myself and yelled, "Why are you so scared?" The dream version of me shifted her eyes and pointed at the fence and said, "Because of that." Confused, my eyes followed where she was pointing at. At the end of the path, where it meets the fence, I can see a person, bent over backward, eating the chicken. This person was naked with black and blue skin. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but I do remember this. It has a very long arm that drags to the ground. I gasped quietly and realized that I could no longer move. The thing finally noticed me and slowly turned its face towards me. It gave me a big smile, revealing its black teeth, and then instantly threw the chicken that it was eating on the ground. At this moment, I realized that I couldn't breathe anymore. The thing launches itself towards me and began to run on all 4 limbs. My heart beat faster as it got closer to me. As it was inches to my face, I felt my dad grab my shoulder and told me to wake up. I woke up to see my dad in front of me, asking if I have a nightmare. I was drenched in sweats. I quickly looked around me and saw that I was back in my room. It was all just a dream. The very next day, I ran outside to see the garden, as I am still curious. As I got to the front of the garden, I could see the dead chicken still on the ground, the very same spot it was in my dream, with pieces of its flesh missing. Up to this day, I still don't know what I saw, and I still can't confirm if it was just a dream or just my imagination. I don't think I want to know either way. I appreciate your time. tuning in to New Storytime. I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe.